Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
Danny Gray, a wide receiver, comes in at number 75, and goodness, third-round pick, one catch his rookie year, completely missed his sophomore year, heading into year 3. It kind of feels like the writing's on the wall for Danny Gray that this might be your last opportunity. The 49ers go out and draft not only one first-round wide receiver, but also a fourth-round wide receiver burner, top-end speed guy, which seems to be what the 49ers went after Danny Gray for. It kind of seems like his last opportunity. Got to say thank you to Josh, Oscar, Dave, and Zach for helping with this entire series. And, man, Danny Gray, listen to how polarizing a player he is just within all of us ranking 1 through 91. His highest rank on this countdown was 68. His lowest was 91, which is dead last. And I think that that's kind of the feeling that a lot of fans have with Danny Gray, because you've got nothing from this third-round pick. I understand elite speed, as fast as they get, 4.33 speed. But it's done nothing. He's done absolutely nothing. You look at whenever he came in 2022 on our countdown, he was ranked 29th most important player to 39th in 2023, all the way to 75. Might be the largest drop of any player from last year this year. And, you know, I got to say, before we continue and try to jump back to why the 49ers spent a third-round pick on this guy, he was having a great camp last year. And, you know, Ray McLeod was out with an injured wrist, I think it was. Like, Danny Gray was slated to be the starting kickoff and punt returner guy week 1 of 2023 last year. Got hurt on his very first play in the preseason. He did have a good camp, though. Now, let's dive back. Let's go through the good, because there is good. Hope is not all lost with Danny Gray, even whenever it feels like it. He wears jersey number 6. He's 6'2", 200. That's great. He's built. He's got size. It's not like he's a rinky-dink wide receiver that's coming out, a lot of these smaller guys. No. 6'2", 200. Legit size, a legit height, legit weight. 31-inch arms. He's 25 years old, just turned 25, actually. Talked about the speed, 4.33, unbelievable. 34-inch vertical, great. 10.6 broad jump. His comps, you plug them into mockdraftable.com. Lee Evans, Steve Breston. Like, there's a role for this in the NFL. It just hasn't come to fruition yet. He's a Dallas kid, went to James Madison High School, was a 3-star recruit. Went to Blinn College for the first 2 years, had to learn what it meant to be a football player, then transferred to SMU, the Mustangs, had a really, really good career there. Now, jumping back to just kind of some of the lead accomplishments that Danny Gray was able to accomplish. Track, speed, unbelievable. State champion in Dallas. And again, as somebody that coached track and field in Dallas for a very long time, you're talking elite speed. He was the 100-meter dash champion, 4x100-meter champion, part of the relay team. Committed to Missouri, but was ruled academically ineligible. Had to go to a different route and fought and scrapped his way through Blinn College and a lot of these things to get to the point to be in the NFL. Just hasn't come through. He hasn't made the necessary strides that needs to take place to get to where he is. Now, he finished his last year at SMU with 49 catches, 803 yards, and 9 touchdowns. I mean, he's a vertical threat. That's what he is. He was kind of drafted to be Trey Lance's go-to deep threat guy, and it kind of made sense. You drafted Trey Lance with his huge rocket arm. Let's get a downfield threat, all right? That makes sense. It just never came out. Trey Lance didn't work out. Danny Gray's not working out. Can he find that pairing, diversify his route tree to where he could be valuable to Brock Purdy? I think that he can. I really, really do. Blocking doesn't seem to be an issue with him. At least at camp it wasn't. Like, he's a physical, kind of scrappy wide receiver, and he's got maybe one of the better bodies as far as just development in the wide receiver room. Yeah, you've got Debo, who's super stout, but he's not the best run blocker. You got Ayuk, who's the best run blocker, but Juwan Jennings is there. But I'm telling you, Danny Gray fits that mold. But can he take that junior year leap? It's put up or shut up time. And you can see we got him at number 75, outside of our 53. But I think it's probably a good 50-50 coin flip if Danny Gray makes the roster this year. He's going to have to beat out some players and prove he has some value, especially returning. Like, he could possibly be a returner in the new kickoff system. Put him in, there's a lot of options. They drafted a lot of guys, but he's going to be in that mix. And again, I keep telling this, and I know it's hard because you're not allowed to film at training camp, but 11-on-11s, 1-on-1s, Danny Gray was making huge strides. He had a great training camp. Really, really did. Gets out there his very first game in the preseason, gets tackled out of bounds on his shoulder, gets injured, put on IR, and he goes from being the starting returner for the 49ers at the start of 2023 season to Ronnie Bell took his place. And by the time Danny Gray got healthy, it was just shoulder shrug. We got Ronnie Bell. So can he reclaim that? I personally think his ceiling's way higher than Ronnie Bell. But Ronnie Bell's done way more in season than Danny Gray's ever dreamt of to this point. So can he overcome that? Remember, this dude was picked in the 3rd round. Danny Gray, 7th round. But it's a meritocracy. Can he earn that back? You look at his rookie year, 2022 season, played in 15 games, only 96 snaps. Really wasn't great at all. Listen to these grades. 53.5 overall grade, that's terrible. 52 pass grade, terrible. 63.1 run, not bad. 65.2 run blocking, pretty decent. Not bad. 35 special team snaps, had 1 tackle, 1 catch on 6 yards, and that was from, I think it was Josh Johnson. Like, it was in garbage time. So, yeah, he's got to prove something, and it's just not there. Now, you look at the wide receiver depth chart. Usually the 49ers keep 5 or 6 wide receivers. Now, here's the problem. I have 5 locks at wide receiver already, and Danny Gray's not one of them. Ayuk, Debo, Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, Jacob Cowing. That's 5. So if they're only keeping 5, it's done. Now we're talking about practice squad players, whatever else. But that next tier wide receiver, Danny Gray, Ronnie Bell, Chris Conley, I think those 3 are fighting for 1 spot. Then you've got the backup guys, that Trent Taylor, Tay Martin, Tariq Owens, all that. And if Danny Gray's making this roster, it's as a returner with wide receiver upside. So who are the returners? You got Cowing back there. You got Ronnie Bell, Trent Taylor, Isaac Guerrero. Like, you've got to overcome and prove that you belong in that group. Danny Gray has a legitimate option of being the starting punt returner week 1. That is a for real scenario for the 49ers. I'm not mad at it. Can he secure the ball? He's got the blazing speed and all that stuff. So can he make an impact? I think probably the preseason games. OTAs are done. Training camp's going to be important for Danny Gray. Danny Gray has to prove it in preseason. He's got to show the team, I can be trusted, I can be reliable as a returner with receiving upside. If he can do that, I would not be shocked if he's the number 6 wide receiver. But if he's not, and he gets cut, he ain't coming back here on the practice squad. It is bye-bye. If he doesn't make the initial 53, I'd say there's probably a 0% chance, and he can't go straight 0, but he'll join another team. Because other teams will say, man, we've got a quarterback that can throw the ball deep. There's a place for this guy on our roster. So I think Danny Gray will be on a team somewhere. He's either on the 49ers 53 or he is gone. It is put up or shut up time for the Speed Demon. I always pull for Dallas kids. I really, really do. And I hope that it works out because the upside is there. Health and pairing and match, that's got to come out. Has he become seasoned going through 2 straight years? Can we see some of that, Danny? Come on, Danny. I haven't given up hope yet, man. I'm even wearing a blue shirt, man. SMU would be proud. I don't even like SMU, but whatever. Like, come on, man. Let's see it. For us, we'll just keep counting them down.